Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Once again, this song. What's up, fight fans? It is the homie, main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, man, honor and a pleasure. An honor and a pleasure to be on here with all of the boxing fans and the boxing fam. It's Saturday, so you know what that means. It's our time now, man. Yeah, now, man. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get this mic thing adjusted straight, so hopefully if I'm too loud out there, please, anybody let me know if I come off too loud or anything like that. I'm trying to get it under control, but yeah, man, shout out to everybody out there that catches this live. Shout out to everybody that catches this on the playback. Thumbs up as you pull up. Thumbs up as you pull up. Y'all already know what it is, man. And hope everybody out there keeping their head up. Y'all already know, man. Look, man, rough time, man, we've been going through out here in the world. You dig, man? In my area out here in the DMV, it looked like we might be kind of, or at least they attempting to try to go around the curb. Man, I done got some new experiences with this thing, man. We're going to talk about it real quick before we get to the boxing, man. Yesterday, they just started, like, opening everything back up for the most part. So, look, man, when I go out this morning, I look around, man, and seeing everybody more so come back into the streets. Man, masks off. Ain't nobody tripping off it. It's like just because they didn't open up the businesses or whatnot, it automatically is sending a signal that people are relaxing out here. You dig? And it's crazy, man, and I'm like, nah, man. I'm just riding around today, and I'm just like, what? Just looking at people like, people tripping. People tripping, you know what I'm saying? They out here, no gloves, no mask, forget the social distance and all that, all because the business is open back up. People need to be aware, man, for real. So, but, man, I even had some little scares. Like, I wasn't feeling well early in the week. I was a little, like, paranoid, like, because all that, when you look online about this stuff, it's so many different symptoms and all that. You don't know what to accredit to what. You know what I'm saying? So, man, my stomach wasn't feeling too. I was paranoid. So I tried to go just to go get tested, just to try to go get me a test. It's just to be 100. Slim, do you not know what you got to go through just to get the test? No, like if you don't fulfill a certain criteria of questions, they ain't testing you. It ain't like you just pull up, get tested. It like, oh, I don't feel well, I need a test just to be sure. Nah, you gotta, if you don't answer this question like that question like, we ain't, and it's like, I don't know if it should be that way. So I ain't qualified. Good thing it wasn't nothing for me. I just had a little stomach bug. It wasn't nothing like that. But they wouldn't even see me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no respiratory problems, coughing, and none of that stuff. Just what my stomach wasn't feeling too good. I just was paranoid. But dog, I didn't know you had to go through so many loops and hoops, and I don't think it should be that way. But it is what it is, man. What's been going on in boxing, though, man? Boxing is what I've been missing. I ain't been online in a minute. I've been enjoying my quarantine time, fight fans. I'm sorry. I told y'all from the jump with this here, you don't get times like this all the time where you can relax and everything squared away and you can just kind of take this time and chill and do other things. So I'm using the time wisely. I love y'all to death, and I try to come through whenever boxing news seeming like something worth talking about. But everything that really has been going on in boxing, we talked about weeks ago. Like, it's the same stories in rotation. A lot of them are goofy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to cover the goofy story. So I got a crop of topics right here, man. It's been about 2-3 weeks since we talking boxing, man. But I got a good crop of topics right here. We're going to dive right in, man. Y'all see the titles, man. Teofimo Lopez is on the menu, man. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. We're going to get into it. I'm going to bring the topic of my main man, Keith, back up. We got to talk about Eddie Hearn. We got a lot to get to. So without further ado, salute to everybody that slide through. I see you up in this joint. Muhammad Hamatola is in the building. What's up, family? What's going on to everybody? Thumbs up as you pull up. Without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? Now, first on the topic is, I want to talk about, first off, I looked at some articles about the drug testing that's still going on in boxing. And they saying that UCAD has announced that they have, during this coronavirus epidemic, they suspended drug testing. And also, the WBC has came out and followed suit as well, right? The WBC has came out, Mauricio Suleiman, the clean boxing program, the whole nine. They suspended basically their testing as well. And their main reasons for concern are the actual testers themselves. Like, they don't want them going out in the field and contracting COVID-19 or something like that. So they just like, no, they just stopped all testing. And this got some people in boxing a little worried. And I'm wondering, was this the right way to go, knowing what boxing is and how important that year-round random drug testing is important in boxing. So is it a smart move by two humongous organizations, the WBC and UCAD, United Kingdom Anti-Doping, right? There's boxers that are concerned about this, even trainers. Like, yo, man, like, it's going to be Roy Ray season out here, man. The thing is, with so many different kind of drugs in boxing, Lawrence Williams in the building. Word of the day is in the building. What's up, man? With so many different kind of PEDs in boxing that serve so many kind of different purposes. Like, you got diuretics, you got testosterone, you got all kinds of different kinds of, hormonal, different type of steroids. And some can be flushed out of, your system before they start testing again. Yeah, and they cycle on, they cycle off. We all know this. We boxing fans. We know what it is. Year-round drug testing is so needed in boxing because their ability to mask with other substances, to cycle on, cycle off. Some fighters cutting it too close, I believe. That's why they got caught. A la Dillian White, Dirty Dillian. Show Dillian some respect. Nah. Dirty Dillian got caught. Jarrell the Mutant Miller got caught. Like, these dudes cut it maybe too close. Who knows? Cycling on and cycling off. A lot of these fighters during quarantine time may have problems keeping their weight down. Will they cycle on and cycle off for certain things? I wouldn't put it past fighters. And it's an opportunity. It's a window of opportunity. Will some fighters take that window of opportunity? I think someone will. Mackenzie Daily Betting Tips. What's up, man? Salute to you, man. Salute to you. But a lot of these fighters are concerned, and I just don't think. Now, as far as the testing is concerned, like, I understand the concern. A lot of healthcare professionals right now are some of the main ones that's dealing with the COVID-19 situation. So I get it. You know what I mean? But my thing is, in this particular, the hurt business where PED testing is so important and it got to be transparent, there got to be some protocols or something made. Maybe they could have came to a facility. The fighters could have had to come to a facility or something like that, just for the safety of the sport. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they should have had to come somewhere and some sort of glass was set up. I don't know, however they want to do it. But I'm just saying, like, something should have been continuing drug testing in the sport of boxing. I don't even know if other sports did it. Maybe somebody can let me know in the chat, man. I don't even know if they did this in football or basketball. Did they suspend all sort of drug testing and requirements and all that because of the situation? I don't know, man. Some of y'all might feel like, look, man, this was the right move for them to make to protect the healthcare workers, but I don't know, fam. Like, just too many PEDs in boxing, just too many things that enhance too many dirty fighters. You did. Let's just keep it a butt. Too much dirt in boxing to give them this type of window of opportunity. That's what I think. So I don't know. It's just an issue that I think they should have came up with better protocols to continue drug testing during this COVID-19 for the sport of boxing. I don't trust a lot of fighters. I don't trust a lot of stuff. These drugs nowadays, the 2020 PEDs are amazing. You hear me? Them joints, man, they disappear, they come, they disappear, they pop up on this test, they won't pop up on that test. They are amazing. And I ain't fucking with them. I just don't want to give them that type of opportunity. I just don't trust it in boxing. Am I wrong for that, fight fans? Am I wrong for that? Boxing Comment says, yo, salute, fam. Boxing might get more competitive and more KO. Nobody might never know, but it is worth getting caught. No, but a lot of them going to take that chance. That ain't stopping nobody if it's worth getting caught. That's for sure. That ain't stopping none of them from trying to keep their weight down. Fighters walking around 30, 40, 50 pounds above the weight class that they fighting at. Coronavirus didn't hit in. None of them got the old school mentality. I'm staying here at this weight class. I look at fighters like Bud, who everybody like to crap on, though, who does stay in tip-top condition. I just was watching their training footage that they got on social media. Him and his whole crew training right now. Staying busy. You hear me? But y'all got stuff to say about Bud. Whatever, man. We're going to keep it going. Let's get to the next topic, man. We're going to keep it to the next topic. I want to talk about this real quick. I found this a little surprising, man. This one right here, dog, I found this a little surprising, but I was just listening to some audio that some folks had caught on one of Mike Tyson's podcasts, High Box. I think he was on the High Boxing podcast, or if he was on somebody else's, it was quite a few people. It looked like he was on the High Boxing. Salute to that podcast, man. That thing like that. You hear me? Salute to Chin Smoke in the building. Salute, family. Salute. And I'm like, dog, he said some statements that got me wondering, like, is Tyson 100 on it? Like, Mike Tyson be killing me with the stuff he be saying to the public sometimes, dog. This dude is now on record saying that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest fighter in the last 100 years. Threw me for a loop. Now, Mike Tyson is entitled to his own damn opinion. Don't give a damn, to be honest. But this one here just like threw me just for a small curve because it's such a drastic statement. Like he could have said, oh, yeah, Floyd was one of the top fighters of that era. Or Floyd was one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen. Something like that. But he said that Floyd, and he literally said it a couple times, Floyd is the greatest fighter in the last 100 years. Do I still got that audio pulled up? Let me check, man. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Give me a millisecond. Because I was a little shocked by that. What did I do with that audio? Let me see. Because it was on Twitter. And I said, whoa, man. Well, anyway, he says this in the last 20 to 100 years. Hold on, man. I got this. All right, here it is right here. Check this out. Let me see if hopefully y'all can hear this, man. Let's see what Mike. Come on, Mike. He killed me with this one.
I think that's more of a spectacle. I don't disagree. He's a star.
Yeah, listen, a spectacle, but listen, this is where it's not a spectacle. This is it's a spectacle, yeah, but this is where it's not. This is why that was, listen, he never really had a boxing match in his life, right? He didn't have a boxing match, right? He went 10 rounds with the greatest fighter in the last 100 years of boxing.
No, Connor's a big.
Think about no. You're not listening to me. You don't understand what I'm saying. Yeah. He went 10 rounds, scored punches on the greatest fighter in the last 100 years. Yeah. Did he do something? Did he accomplish something? A star? People ain't looking. People ain't want to see the black guy beat the white.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there because Mike gonna start going into one of his philosophical rants and shit, man. So basically, Mike, they was asking him. And I don't know how good the audio was. If y'all didn't hear it out there, man, they was basically asking him, Joe, like, about the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight. And they were saying, some people were saying that it was just a spectacle and it wasn't no more than that. And he started to explain why it was more than just a spectacle, because Conor McGregor basically landed punches on the greatest fighter in the last 100 years. And that's the statement that came out of Tyson's mouth. And I was like, yo, all right, cool. I mean, that's like I said, that's Tyson's opinion, but when you look through time how Tyson and Floyd's relationship been one of the most rocky relationships between two fighters that you ever seen, up and down, all kinds of crap in the public. If you look through the history, it'll just be like, hey, 1 minute they loving each other, next minute they hated each other. Several business deals went sour between these two. I remember the one that I thought was going to take, remember the commercial for, they were going to do an energy drink between him, Floyd, and 50 Cent. What was it, Street Kings energy drink or something like that? They did the commercial for it. It was like The Hangover. Remember all that? You did. Like, him and Floyd got a lot of history together, man. That ain't their first business venture. They've posted done promotional things, all kinds of things, man, that went south between these two. And it's always, whenever they about to work on something, Mike loving Floyd. But then as soon as it don't work out, it's, F Floyd, he this, he that, you know what I mean? He got all kind of comments. Floyd this, he is a little man. And I mean, then when Floyd was speaking about how he felt as though he was the best ever over Ali, which who was the most pissed off out here? Mike Tyson. Tyson was out here just shooting all kind of shit at Floyd. Y'all could do the research, and I mean, I could pull up quotes for days of Tyson just talking major crap about Floyd Mayweather. Matter of fact, I mean, it's not hard to do. You know what I'm saying? And you just wonder he go from there to such a drastic ass turnaround and say he the greatest, man. He's the greatest. Here's one quote. about Mike Tyson against Floyd Mayweather. And I quote, he's very delusional. Listen, if he was anywhere near that realm of greatness with Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kids to school by himself. Greatness is not guarding yourself from people. Greatness is being accepted by people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. Like, who gives a damn about? No, like all kind called him. Oh, he's a scary little man. I mean, all kinds of shit through the years. And now today, he's saying that this is the greatest in the last 100 years. And I'm like, Mike, what's going on with you, man? I fucks with you, dog. I could listen to Mike all day long, man. I'm telling you, listening to Mike is like listening to poetry, dog. Like, hot boxing with Mike Tyson is my that's my shit. But at the end of the day, sometimes Mike be going off. Sometimes I be like, what? That wasn't the Mike we all know. Now everybody say he got older, he got wiser. Some say he got calmer, whatever you want to call it. I recall one line that stood out for me from hot boxing that Mike said that I never forget him saying. And I think it's the one line. If you've been listening to that podcast, it's going to stand out to you too. And that is, Mike says, today I feel like a bitch. That's exactly what he said. He said, when they asked him who he said, today I feel like I'm a bitch. That's what Mike said. And I don't mean to get graphic with y'all. And sometimes I be wondering, why did Mike say that? It's because he knows that today he's a person that he know damn well he wouldn't have been 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You know what I mean? He knows that he keeps something in him that he got to compromise. He has to be this in order to become this. And he got to keep the truth bottled up in so many instances. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think he says, I feel like a bitch. I can't be who I am. I can't be that animal. I'm an animal. I got to keep him caged up. You know how hard it is to keep him caged up? And I got to say stuff like this. This is the greatest fighter in the last 100 years. Do we believe Mike is keeping it 100 with us fight fans? I think not. I think y'all do. Let me see what y'all talking about. You hear me, though? Muhammad Hamatola says it wasn't long ago when Tyson was calling Floyd a scared little man all day. All day. That's what I'm saying. Luther, Tyson Fury knocked, man, come on, bro. You come in there off ahead of the game, bro. Way ahead of the game. Hard to argue. Nick Jers said Floyd was the best ever too. It's hard to argue. I mean, that's a conversation that'll take us all day, all night, bro. Some of us wouldn't agree, but one of the people who I wouldn't have thought would have agreed was Mike Tyson. And I'm shocked to hear is this a feeling that he just always kept to himself? He really felt this way? And he just was taking shots at Floyd because of the failed business deals? Or is he just being a bitch? I'm asking. Because, Mike is in business right now. He hyping the Conor McGregor fight. The Conor McGregor, you see Conor McGregor out here, I'm putting it on my life. I got the code to beat Floyd. I'm going to say this straight like this, fight fans. And a lot of y'all might not agree, but it is what it is. I don't want to see Floyd do no Conor McGregor 2, especially with Mike Tyson attached to it. Especially. This look like a setup to me, son. I mean, I'm just being 100. Like, think what you want about Floyd. But I think this is a setup, fam. Floyd too old. If Floyd don't need the cash, Floyd need not to be doing this. Clearly, business-wise, nothing never worked out between Floyd and Mike. Mike's so attracted all of a sudden to the Conor McGregor. They would use Mike Tyson's influence and popularity, attach him to that event and make it huge. Now, if Floyd won't participate for that check, I mean, who am I, right? But at the end of the day, I don't want to see that man go out and lose his what they try and take from him. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, bro, like, I just don't like it. I just don't, with Mike Tyson next to it, you know what I'm saying? It just don't, all of a sudden, like, I know him and Tyson, like I say, up and down relationship. They always been cool behind the scenes. But just something never meshed right here well with me, dog. Something just right between these two. It's almost like one always felt like one was trying to get over on the other. And I don't know. So I don't know, fam. It just don't feel right. Alec Cartier say maybe Floyd come back for AB. Maybe. Who knows? I can see it. Now, that's a check that Floyd can probably cash to the bank, but the Conor McGregor thing, dog, like, y'all gotta understand, Floyd is in his 40s now, man. Yeah, even, skills diminish, reflexes diminish. Conor McGregor, huge. He might just go in there and just luckily crack Floyd. I mean, just size alone. This dude been active, constantly fighting and all involved in. No, you don't, man. He all talking about he went back to his old boxing coach and all this other stuff he out here talking about. I don't like it. I just don't like it. And it's not so much that he's better or better fighter in any sort of imagination than Floyd. It got nothing to do with that. It's just that at this point, Floyd is really vulnerable. It's a big gamble right now to lose that aura that he walks around with. And they want to take that aura away from him. They've been wanting to take it from him for a long time. And he keep giving them opportunities. Eventually, one gonna land. You did. Oh, okay. It's all good, fam. It's all good. Salute to BFTB Boxing in the building, man. Salute, homie. That's the G right there, man. Much love to him, man. All day. Much love to you, and I appreciate you, homie. You already know, fam. And hopefully, I would wait till I see you pop up on this when I give you that blue suit, but you should have one, fam. You should definitely have one. Rob Rook, what's up, man? Pretty Boy Floyd was one of the very best. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I say, if Tyson feel that way, he feel that way. But my deal is, how such a drastic curve, though? I mean, is it a business thing? Like I say, Tyson with his business opportunities, got this little podcast going, the cannabis thing going. He got a lot of branding he doing right now. Not to mention, if they did do Conor McGregor Floyd 2, you don't think Mike want to be next to that? It just, all I'm simply saying is like the greatest fight in the last 100 years, that shit seems so inauthentic coming from Mike Tyson. But we're going to move on, Fight Fam, to the next topic, man. Let me see what I got. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Where's the, 1 second, Fight Fam. Stand by 1 second. 1 second. All right, Fight fans, we back. All right. Next topic of discussion that we getting into. I'm dying to talk about this. I know y'all got to talk about this, and y'all seen the news on this. I want to talk about Eddie Hearn and what's going on in boxing. As far as the return is concerned, I want to talk about this, and this needs major talking about, man. Oh, salute to BFTB Boxing in the super chat, man. Much love to you, homie, man. Much love to the family, man. For real. There we go, main man. My brother, man, 100. I ride with BFTB all day. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, homie, man. Thank you for your support, fam. Much love, and it's much appreciated, man. All day. You did. Let's talk about, man, this situation right here with Eddie Hearn, man. And this thing right here, and I'm going to tell you like this, Fight fans. It's just a lot of things that play for me when I look at this Eddie Hearn situation. And I'm looking at it from two different lenses right now. Let's talk about this. Eddie Hearn is talking about putting on fight dates in June, right? 5 different dates each week in June over at the Matchroom Boxing headquarters. Now, hold on. Let me get close up of this real quick because I want to put this on the screen by itself. Hold on 1 second. I want to put this on the screen and give y'all a good close. Let's look at this right here. This setup right here. You know what I mean? Like, now, let's go here. Like, when I look at this right here, he says that he want to do 5 fight dates in his own backyard because this is the Matchroom headquarters and this is the former house and basically owned by Barry Hearn, the father of Eddie Hearn. This is the former house of Barry Hearn. And when I look at this layout, right? The only thing let's look at this from 2 lenses. One lens as a human, and me as a person, all right? The first thing that come to my mind, and I'm sorry, UK brethren, is the slave comments. I look at this, when I just look at this, and to know that you putting on boxing in the backyard of the man that said the comments that he said, and it just to set up the way it looked, it just give me a feeling. That's all I'm saying. It give me a feeling that I don't like looking at. It just looked like you got the big house up there with the fighters and the gladiators. Look at it over in the side, the boxing changing rooms. And The slavery comments, this all that echoes in my mind when I see this. It does. That's what it does image-wise. Now, from a boxing fan to all of my boxing fans out there, this is brilliant. And it's going to make these promoters wonder, like, what the hell am I thinking? I'm listening to Bob Arum, right? Bob Arum is saying that, we waiting on Las Vegas. We want to do it the right way. We want to wait on the right protocols to be lifted. We're waiting on Las Vegas. We want to wait on whenever they give us the go ahead, we're ready to go. He's waiting on Las Vegas. Dana White. Dana White is out here saying, I love Eddie Hearn today. And I'm wondering why Dana White is saying that. Dana White then went on and put on a show. This guy, Bob Arum, taking shots at him. Bob Arum said he's not going to be like the UFC and he ain't going to be impatient. And the UFC better hope no bad numbers come out of that situation, no bad press. But Bob is waiting on Vegas. So Eddie is like, look, why the hell am I going to sit around and wait for a fucking venue? I'm going to make a venue. One thing they should, all promoters, I'm shocked that they didn't take away from the Saudi Arabia situation, was they built the stadium. Which promoter going to be the smartest in the room? PBC, why ain't you listening? Which promoter's going to be the smartest in the room and built their own fucking venue? Which organization is going to be the smartest in the room and stop saying I'm waiting on Madison Square Garden, I'm waiting on these people and I'm waiting on them, and say, you know what, screw it. How much did it cost to build a quick stadium real quick and took that joint down? They had that thing in Saudi Arabia, built on sand in months and taken down and made $100 million. Or paid $100 million for that. Look here, bruh. I'll be like, look, screw all of these people. Let's find PBC, Top Rank, any of y'all. Why ain't y'all finding a market saying, screw this, I'm building my own? The fighters are the stars. Eddie says in his situation today, with this thing, he going to put on Dillian White versus Alexander Povetkin in their backyard. The same dude who was sitting next to Barry Hearn, Lord have mercy, that was sitting next to Barry Hearn is going to be fighting in Hearn's backyard. Have fun with that, fight fans. Have fun with that. BFTB, have fun with that. The same dude that was sitting next to Barry Hearn, Eddie is saying, I'm putting him on in the backyard. All right, go back to a boxing fan standpoint, right? Boxing fan. The thing is, Eddie is now figuring out, look, and maybe the Hearns figure out, look, it's better if we get the money from the networks, pay the fighters. Yeah, we'll take an L, but he says he wants to keep his standard going. He says he wants the standard that he presents in boxing to remain. This is why him and Dana White supposedly are so cool, because Dana White likes to put on events. Eddie likes to put on events. And Dana looks at Eddie as an innovator of some sort. Like, yo, you figuring out a way to get around certain things and to make certain kind of fights happen. Dana wants to get in boxing. Dana is one of the most dangerous things to boxing, in my opinion. And we can have that conversation all day. One of the most dangerous things to boxing is Dana White, and he wants to align with Eddie Hearn so bad. I'm just saying. So Eddie is saying he want to keep his standard. He's going to take the L at the gate and keep the standard of fights going. He'll get money. I mean, Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian White supposed to have been on pay-per-view. What, Sky Sports in the UK, right? Sky Sports pay-per-view. They may look at it like, we'll just grab that money, take the L at the gate, see what we can do. They saying that they only want 90 people on the premises. 90 people. Just the broadcasting teams, the fighters teams, and pretty much it. That's it. That's all they want on the premises. They got a hotel set up down the street, according to Eddie Hearn. They have a hotel set up the street where the whole process goes down to fulfill the requirements of UCAD. And that is, they have to go to that hotel. They'll go to that hotel. They'll what? Do the whole health thing. They'll check for the COVID-19 virus there. The fighters and their teams will go to their rooms, stay there. You did. Only time they leave is when they go into this particular fight place right here on the Matchroom headquarters grounds. And they had that fight. And then they out of there. Tested all the way through. You dig? So They're trying to fulfill all protocols, and this is a way that Eddie Hearn is looking to put back on fights. And this is a way that he's trying to get around. Like, look, forget these venues. I could do this on my own. Yeah, why I paid all of this and pay all of that? Why I do this? Why I do what? I can't have people at the fights right now, so the venues ain't really in play right now. So I'll do it myself. And that's all Eddie, and it's innovative in one way or another. Who knows how many of these promoters may follow suit? You know, and Bob Arum is saying he's waiting on Vegas when he's going to look at Eddie and say, you know what, why ain't we building something? Why ain't we got somewhere that privately, if we wanted to do fights, other than a gym, like privately, if you know what I mean, learn from the Saudi Arabians. They built up a stadium and took it down immediately. I mean, it would have been, as a promoter, that's how I be looking. We don't need none of these folks, man. PBC, or just in general, they should just have a building in general. I mean, one of them should try it. And I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm missing if they have tried it. You did? So let's see, man. Word did they say Kimbo Slice backyard, man? Yeah, man. Son of God say Tyson Tampa's boxing gloves Fury all day. BFTB. Damn, didn't think about that. Yeah, fam. That shit, I'm trying, dog. I'm going to leave that for you. I know that's, you know what I mean? That's your lane. I'm going to leave that for you. But, bro, that shit, bro, that's crazy when you put that piece together, man. If they do that, shawty, Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian White, they're talking about a championship level fight like that in the backyard of Barry Hearn's old house, where Barry Hearn, who sat next to Dillian White and made those comments. That's a bad look, fam. That's a bad look. It's just a bad look. And I'm telling y'all right now, from a black man standpoint, it's a bad look. This shit, I mean, it's brilliant from a promoter business boxing thing, yeah, but I'm telling y'all, people gonna look at this and those comments are gonna be echoed forever around boxing. Let's move on, fam. Let's move on to the next one, man. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see. I want to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Woo! What is up with these two right here, man? Hold on, let me take a square of water, man. What's up with these two? Teofimo out here swelling like Magellan. Hold on. Teofimo out here swelling. Teofimo is out here saying and trying to change the narrative in a little bit of a way that he basically calling Devin Haney, what he call him, an email champion or something like that. As you can see, I got the social medias that they've been hitting back and forth on Twitter right there flashing. Look at what they saying back and forth, man. And Devin is out here trying to correct the record like, bro, tell the truth. Let's not get the false information out there. And that is, Teofimo is out here trying to make it like he calling out Devin and big ups to Eddie Hearn for coming out and setting the record straight. Like, yo, we got no call from you, bro. So don't try to make it and fake it like you've been trying to get up with us. You did what I mean? Look at DC Eddie Hearn right there responded, man. But we know how the story played out. For all of the boxing heads that's up in here, man, y'all know how I played out. There was a 4-man tournament issued by the WBC for Mikey Garcia's vacant title. You did what I mean? When Mikey Garcia decided to go up to 4-7. 4-man tournament was done. You dig? And this 4-man tournament included Devin Haney as well as Teofimo Lopez. And I think Lopez was supposed to face Javier Fortuna, and the dude Abduliev was supposed to face Devin Haney. But it was a 4-man tournament. The fact of the matter is Teofimo Lopez pulled out. And the winner of this tournament was, supposed to go on face Luke Campbell, the winner of Luke Campbell and Vasyl Lomachenko, would be in the mandatory position. But either way, it would have had to come down to Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney fighting each other. Teofimo Lopez decided to get down with Bob Arum and Vasyl Lomachenko and pull a maneuver. And they pulled the maneuver of maneuvers, in which Teofimo Lopez was pulled out of that tournament, moved to the IBF, fought Richard Comey in a world title fight, which then when he beat Richard Comey, he sets up a unification fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. All in the meanwhile, Devin Haney is fighting his way through this tournament, becomes the WBC Mando, and Vasyl Lomachenko gets gifted a franchise belt, making him have no mandatory challenger, effectively setting the stage for a fight between Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Two fighters that are both top-ranked fighters, Bob Arum fighters, in-house like a mug. And then now we fast forward to today. Coronavirus hits. travel ban, travel restrictions, nobody can move. This includes Vasyl Lomachenko, who's stuck out there in the Ukraine. So no fight between Teofimo and Vasyl Lomachenko is in the near future. And now Teofimo out here stomping the pavement, trying to put the bad name on Devin. Like Devin ducked him in any sort of way, and he wanted to fight so bad. Now, that's the narrative, right? That's the correct story, and we all know it. That's the correct story, and we all know it. Everybody out there that want to clown Devin, he ain't did this, and he ain't fought nobody for that belt. I'm a boxing fan, and y'all know if I saw it that way, I call it. But at the end of the day, they got out the way. They got out the way. Vasyl Lomachenko got out the way. He went through, him and Bob Arum, him and the Bob father, went behind closed doors and pulled the deal of deals. They pulled the deal of deals. That's what I like to call the deal of deals. Because, bro, that is a beautiful situation. I'm almost still don't know the story. I don't even know the outcome if Vasyl Lomachenko even lost. Like, does he even still lose that belt? I don't even fucking know. It's the deal of deals. And Teofimo Lopez was involved in the deal of deals. And all of this, you got out of the way of Devin Haney. But on the flip tip, at the end of the day, Devin Haney is in the position that he is in. And he does need a big name. And he does need a big fight. And I do believe that if the Teofimo Lopez, which politically wise, should not present a problem, given that Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum do business, I would think that it's a possible fight. And Devin should go in and embrace it. I think it's just Teofimo popping shit. I think they'll come up with a mandatory. IBF don't normally play with their mandatories. They enforce them heavy, and he may hide behind that mandatory, talking shit now, coronavirus talk. Oh, when it's time to fight, the mandatory. I gotta fight the mandatory then. Fuck out of here. You did. Fuck out of here. Bronze Dawson says, man, I've seen one of the engines for one of the games that Eddie Hearn is looking at. You can be a boxer, male or female, and also be a trainer and manager, but it has no real name fighters. And, that was one of the ways he tried to innovate right there, man. He tried to go the fight night, and they turned him down for whatever reason. And EA Sports is just stupid right now. I don't understand that situation. But they turned Eddie Hearn down. And I don't give a damn even if Eddie Hearn came to them and say, look, I want to put Matchroom fighters on the cover, or I want to put Anthony Joshua on the cover. I don't give a shit. EA still the bit. Anthony Joshua is a star. And I don't give a shit about that type. I want to see a new game. But it would have been a good promotional move by Eddie Hearn if he could have landed the cover spot of the next Fight Night champion. And on top of that, just be behind in that way, whether it's just helping getting that game together. Just his name attached to that game would have just been just an innovative move as a promoter, I thought. And I wish it would have came through. But now they're going to look at this situation like Eddie look. Like I told you, he found the way to get a venue without having to kiss nobody's ass. He doing it in his own lane. Like, this is my shit. You dig? Like, if I got somebody to pay these fighters and I got to take a small L, just salute to him. At least, he willing to somehow take an L. Because he will take an L with two big-name fighters like Alexander Povetkin and Dillian White in his damn backyard, unless he got them under some sort of contract where we don't know about, or so who knows. But I would think they still will make money because of the networks they're affiliated with. But still, bro, it's still innovative. And they doing the same old shit. Eddie keeping it pushing. And I got to salute him for that, man. But anyway, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Work from home going too far, says word of the day. He said, that's going way too goddamn far, bro. Yeah, that's just telework or whatever the fuck you all call it, gone too far. It don't look right. It don't look right. And it probably wouldn't even be this bad, I'm going to be honest with you, if Barry Hearn would have never said the statements he said. It just, people going to perceive it as that, bro. And I don't care how y'all feel. People going to be like, it's not right. You can't tell people how to feel, and that's how they going to feel. We're going to move on to the next one, man. We're going to move on to the next one. Hold on for a second, because this one. But to wrap up the Devin Haney and Teofimo thing, man, just like I said before, Teofimo, you were in the deal of deals, bro. And you got out of the way of Devin Haney. Don't be trying, people ain't gonna be convinced of you running around talking about like Devin was trying to get out of your way or don't want to see you. Ain't nobody gonna be convinced of that shit, bro. You dig? Like, cause you got, and I think you just talking shit, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, look, man, Devin, until these dudes, man, you seeing some rubber meeting the road around this joint, man, don't even entertain these cats. Man, these dudes are just talking and barking. All this barking from you cats. All this barking from you cats. That's all you hear, Devin. So look, man, Fuck with Teofimo talk, but don't let him try to change that narrative. It's good he ain't let him get out here and try to make boxing fans believe like he was the one stomping the yard trying to get the fight, or that's how he feel today. Yeah, he feel like that today because he don't know if Lomachenko gonna come around, but I still think he gonna hide behind his mandatory. Say what y'all want to say. You dig what I mean? But let's keep it pushing into the next one. Let's see what we got on the itinerary. Let's talk about this right here. And I seen this and I know how y'all gonna feel. I want to talk about my main man Keith. Hold on, let me get a second with this real quick. Pull up the quote. One second. Where my main man Keith? Oh, here we go. Now, salute to Three Kings Boxing. I pulled this quote off there. Y'all seen this article floating around over there, right? Keith Thurman they got him quoted from some quotes that he said that I think it was Ellie set back. And I'm listening to these quotes. Usually when I listen to Keith talk, or if I see him talk, you dig, I'm like, till I feel that hunger, till I see that eye of the tiger, bop, bop, bop. But I'm looking at his words and I'm thinking, when I look at Keith Thurman's career, am I going too far, and do I have reasons to keep constantly doubting the dude? What do I mean? What do you mean, man? This is the quotes that he said. And I quote, I think he's speaking on Earl Spence Jr. here. And I quote, I think that's the next big fight of my life. I mean, the other top welterweights, I have competed against them all. And he has fought Sean Porter. He didn't get to share the ring with Danny Garcia. And he has yet to share the ring with me or Pacquiao or any other of his peers that are true competitors at the top. I'm going to stop right there. First off, I'm listening to Keith talk. He says that I think that's the next big fight of my life. Why do I have reason to doubt Keith? People say, well, because you know how Keith is, man, injuries, he's blown, he's injured all the time, and it doesn't seem like it. Earl Spence told him to his face, I stop you in 6. You know the reasons, bro. He's got bruises of the bone, and he's always hurt. And 1 minute it's the arm, it's the shoulders, it's the knees, it's the toes. But then I say, hold on, well, let's let the rubber meet the road. Let's clear the smoke fuck the emotions. Let's clear the smoke for a minute. Keith Thurman did fight Danny. He did fight Sean. He did fight Diego Chavez when he was damn dangerous. He did fight even Robert Guerrero when he was dangerous. He did face Danny Garcia. He took on the number 1 and number 2 dude and then went after a legend. The only reason I think what possibly could have slowed the Earl fight up was the fact that a legend got in the way. Do I have a reason to keep constantly doubting Keith despite the fact that he's going at his pace? And we just some angry ass boxing fans that just like, yo, hurry the fuck up. But when the rubber meets the road, Keith has actually done the shit that he's actually said closer to any welterweight today in boxing. You feel me? Oh, salute to SS in the super chat. £5 from the super chat. Thank you, family. Much love to you, man. Much love to the UK and my UK brethren all day. I'm just saying, like, when the rubber meets the road, fam, like when it's all said and did, he has a hell of a resume, and he has a hell of a list of accomplishments. Is he going to really target Earl next? Should we doubt Keith when he says he is going? That's the next big fight of his life. He ain't looking at Adrian Brown as no next big. For people who thinking about, Adrian Brown and Keith Thurman. That's a money making easy work. I take it, you take it, anybody would take it. If you're gonna give me $10 million to beat on Adrian Brown, that's that fight. But I mean seriously, legacy wise, because what Earl does have the WBC belt, and technically Keith never lost the WBC belt. Hear me, fight fans. He gave it to Sean. I mean, he vacated that belt. So, I mean, the champion was technically never beat. That's all I'm saying. And he said, I remember Keith saying, I'm coming back for my belt. That's what Keith used to tell us. I'm coming back for my belt. It's all part of the plan. Josecito Lopez, then the legend got in the way. This supposed to have been the get back year. I was just going to get back and then go after my shit. But the legend got in the way. So, the belt holder is now Earl. Is Keith going back after his belt? And do we have reason to doubt him? It may be at his pace. And are we wrong as fans to doubt him? He says that's the next big fight of my life. According to Keith, one-time Thurman. The fact of the matter is, Earl Spence Nation, your man, he respects Keith. Fuck what y'all talking about. He respects the man. Yes, I'll stop you in 6. Yes, forget Keith Thurman. Yes, he fake. I don't like him. Yes, I heard it. I hear something else too, though. I also heard Earl say when it comes to the best at the class, I do think it's Keith Thurman. I've also heard him say that. Is this the fight that we taking our eye off the ball like it still ain't on the table or some shit? Could Keith retire off Earl? I wonder, because I don't see Keith going to 54 whatsoever. Too soft to the body, says Black Star Sports. Too soft to the body. I feel that. Black Star says he still want to see him versus Bud, though. Feel that. I mean, but bruh, like Keith has always played at high stakes. It's not like he never played at high stakes. It's just he takes his time to get around to playing on that high stake. You feel what I mean? Like he does it at his own pace. I can't knock his pace. He does it at his own pace. And that's all I'm saying. Like, do we have a reason to doubt him when he's already done what he done, man? That's all I'm saying. You feel me? SS in the super chat once again. Salute to you, family. Salute to you all day. He says, man, I like Keith, but for me, he don't beat the likes of Earl Spence. Thurman is there to be hit, and Spence is so accurate. But you got to also, yeah, I agree with that, bro. Spence's accuracy is really good. He throws educated punches. He knows exactly what he's doing. He sticks to the script. Totally focusing it. I got to give him all of that. But if it's one person, or 2 people for that matter, at the weight class that I think just have the proper toolboxes to compete with that, it is Keith and as well as Turns. Now, Keith physical is the biggest question for everybody. Physical, it's just like the same with Kell Brook. The physical didn't hold up the Earl Spence joint. It wasn't the skill. The physical. And a lot of folks out there, I'm willing to bet it all. A lot of y'all Spence Nation out there don't think Keith's physical, body-wise, will hold up the Earl Spence Jr. But tools, skills, all day. But the thing is, I don't know if Keith took his eye off this ball just yet. I got to see what he looks like when he come back. We all do. All day. We all do. But I don't know. I'm not 100 if he listening to this comment, that's the biggest fight of my life. He recognizes the weight and magnitude of that fight. And I can't never find a quote of Keith ever saying that he would never fight Earl Spence. Just not now. Like, oh, no, just not this year or this. But he never said he wouldn't do it, just down the line. Well, there is no more people at welterweight for Keith, other than Terrence or other than Earl. This is the side of the street that he's on. He says this is the biggest fight of his life. Not Terrence. Earl is the biggest fight of his life. Will it gonna? Is it ever happen? It's gonna happen. Earl, this, and I think to Spence Nation, I know. Look, this has got to be the biggest Scooby snack that y'all see on the fucking market. Y'all hate the Terrence Bud Crawford talk. Y'all do. Y'all hate the Terrence Bud Crawford talk. I know, because that's just a whole bunch of back and forth. But this one right here really burns the Spence Nation. They don't like Keith. They never liked Keith. They never liked Keith ever since Keith was the final level. They never liked him. This is the true arch nemesis of Spence Nation. It ain't Bud. Bud is just somebody they actually have a lot of respect for. They just, like, they don't believe that Bud gonna beat Spence. But this dude, the one that they call AKA Ponytail, they hate this dude. And this dude got a hell of a toolbox. The question is, can the physical stand up? But he says it's the biggest fight of his life. And I think there's a good chance that he might just do it. I don't know. We'll see how it lines up for him. Of course, he'll take the Pacquiao rematch. Of course, he'll take any. I want to see Bud. He came out acting like he want the Bud fight. He made his price be known. You know, it ain't like he didn't. If we love it or hate it, love his position or not, he let it be known. This is what it is. If you want it, send it. What you gonna do, Bob? Are you gonna take that L or what? But Keith says Earl is the biggest fight of his life. I'm going to remember that in future videos all day. Let's move on to the next one. Hold on. Okay, Black Star says, man, he needs to fight Bud and get a title, and then he back in business. He think he needs to get a title. I don't know if Keith at this point is super title driven. I truly don't. I don't know, man. We gotta face be realistic on the type of fighter that we dealing with. Keith, I believe, is looking more closer to the door than most know. Yeah, of course, but he wants that last big run. You dig? Like, he wants that last. And at this point, when you thinking of a last run, because body-wise, physical-wise, and then he just loves his life. And he just rather live a different prior life. But when you get that mindset, title starts to really, it'd be nice to win a title back. And yeah, the story is great. But I think in his mind, it's the challenge. And the challenge is Earl. Because it's a challenge that's been there for so long. The Bud challenge is more new than Earl's. Earl's challenge, there's animosity there, fam. Like, they don't like each other. I don't think, and I do think Keith is fake around Earl. He's fake as fuck. He fake as hell around Earl. And Earl knows it. Earl knows as soon as the cameras go over, man, they probably just go their separate ways. And Earl don't like him. And he probably don't like him for the fact that when Keith was on top, he didn't give him the shot. There's a lot of bad blood there. This is who Spence Nation don't like. But guess what, Spence Nation? He said this is the biggest fight of his life. So we'll see. Let's move on. Let me see what else I got in the bag here, man. This might be the last one right here. I want to clear the air with this for sure. Hold on. Let's take this one down. All right, Keith, we holler at you, family. Hope Keith come back with that lion heart, man. I want to talk about Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury for a quick second. The deal is this, fight fans. Nobody stepping aside. Everybody said it a million times. I can say it a million more. I've said it many times on the channel. All while the nation knows. Ain't nobody trying to hear jack crap about no step aside, nothing. You did. It's out the question. You see Bob tiptoeing around his quotes. Oh, well, no, we're not in negotiations with nothing. No, we don't. No, that's not. We can't. We have a contract. No, we ain't in negotiation. We're not even in talks. We're barely talking. We just talk. There's no talk. Too much legal mumbo jumbo. Sue. Everybody would be sued. But bruh, no step aside. It ain't happening. He need time to get his bicep together. Look, we gonna let the time and energy of the universe take care of that. What I mean, look here, all of a sudden now we got coronavirus, right? That's extra time for my main man Bomb Squad. Where'd that come from? Just a few months ago, we was talking about, it's in July. Tyson Fury like, hell nah, I ain't backing out of my July. I want it in the summer because I'm taking advantage of the situation. And Bomb Squad was still marching towards that day. And then, I don't know, the time, the universe, whatever. Bomb Squad now got extra time. Who knows what might happen in a few months? How much time we truly talking? Nobody knows. So miss me with the stand aside, whatever. He need time for this or time for that. Miss me with it because we got time. Ain't nobody hearing nothing about it. But here's the deal. You dig? Here's the deal. DGO in the building. What's up, family? Tyson Fury running around talking like he's the one in charge of this whole, like, the reason the step aside money ain't happening or ain't nobody stepping aside because I say so. Like, I ain't giving Wilder no money, so that's why this ain't happening. Nah, bro, ain't nobody never was talking about that from the jump. Don't try to make it like the reason that this ain't happening is because, I'm not paying him step aside money. Nah, let me see this quote. According to Tyson Fury in that quote, I think we've got the rematch with Wilder on as well at some point. Then we've got 2 AJ fights. One, I'm sorry, I got distracted by that. Then we got 2 AJ fights. Well, one, and then obviously when I batter him, he'll want a rematch. Wilder's got a rematch clause. Some newspaper reported that he wanted $10 million to step aside. But I'm not paying him no money to step aside. I'd rather take his scalp again. I'll beat him in the ring. That's how I'll get him out the way. End quote. Hold on. So you ain't even gonna say that Wilder never said that. Or you ain't even gonna come out and say That's just bullshit because Wilder never came out with that position. Let's not try to put Wilder, drag him through the mud. You making it like, no, this ain't happening because I'm not giving you the money. Ain't nobody gonna, dog, these PR stunt games, these little controlling message things. I know a lot of y'all be like, man, it's just water under the bridge. It matters because when boxing gets back into the full swing, guess what they gonna say? Remember when Wilder asked for $10 million to step aside, but Fury told him no? Fuck out of here, bruh. And that's when I'm like, bruh, no. Get it well on record. There ain't no step aside money. Wilder's already let it be known. He hit up 78 Sports TV, no step aside money. I think 78 said he had murder on the mind. That's his mind state. All you fake ass journalists out here, man, trying to just get the man to say something, trying to crack his game. Wilder, stay where you at, homie. Stay exactly where you at, on the low. Don't let these niggas know. Don't let them know nothing. Just stay exactly where you at. Let them guess. Let the fake articles keep coming out. Let them try to put words in your mouth. Let them keep on trying to do it. Because the more that they do it, the worse it make them look. Let them keep on doing it. They like, where is he at? You see Fury all over the internet, him and his wife, and they doing the workout quarantine. Salute. They raising the profile. He getting all popular on social media. Salute. With Bomb Squad at? Anybody seen? No. I don't know. He got a lot on his mind. That's it. I got no more to say after that. No one knows. And that's exactly how we want it. That's exactly how we want it. All he got to do is every time he just get overwhelming, bad information, all this bad press out here, these false articles, when all he got to do is hit up his little contacts, put this out there, put the real shit out, and just slaughter the whole argument. And then it's even funnier when people come out and make vids about it, and it be all passionate and shit. Oh, look at this, look what he's at, and they be all super passionate about it. Just wild to come out with just a small paragraph. It ain't true. I never said it. Hashtag murder on the mind. That's all you need to do, fam. That's all you need to do. Do I believe that Bob Arum explored or Hearn explored? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Warren explored? Hell yeah, I believe they explored. I just believe that they knew. We better watch it here. I don't care if they talking Saudi Arabia. Oh, we better watch it. You don't think they explored? Fuck yeah. Salute to SS back in the super chat. The love from SS is never going unnoticed. Thank you, family. Thank you. 10 pounds. Love from the UK. By the way, bro, hope you're safe. I can't see Wilder stepping aside, man. He going to make millions off it yet again. But for me, no one beats Fury. His boxing IQ is unreal. He backs up the words 100% all day. I am not. That's the road I don't take on the channel, fam. I don't disrespect Fury. I just try to clown him every now and again, but I respect it. He beat Bomb Squad. I respect him for it. You dig? Now since I respect him, now I'm expecting Bomb Squad to answer that. But it's cool. I respect him. And I ain't knocking nobody who do. You dig? But at the end of the day, we ain't gonna let them take control of no narratives out here when it involve Bomb Squad. We on the front line fight. His nation is out here fighting for him, fam, and that's all they got. You dig? All day. All day. All day. All right, let's see here, man. Let's see. Yeah, man. Say he's a cheater. Yeah, I see that. La D. Salute to the fam. La D in the building, man. But I just wanted to be known that Tyson Fury, bro, like it ain't because of you didn't give the money. It's just because that the offer was never accepted nor discussed in any sort of realistic possibility from Deontay Wilder's side from the skip. You dig? You ain't had shit to do with it. You dig? Your people's probably behind your back shopping these things around without you even knowing. So it is what it is, man. And I think that's about it right there, man. We covered all I wanted to cover today, bro. Yeah, man. SS is I get you, bro. For me, Wilder beats Joshua 100%, but Fury is something special. Styles make fights. Styles make fights. I'm just rooting for my main man, Bomb Squad. You dig to come on back and answer that call. Like I said, I'm expecting him to do. And it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a hell of a confrontation. There's so much at stake in this fight, man. This is going to be a very, very, one of the most pivotal fights in decades in boxing. And that's the beautiful thing about it, man. And I'm looking forward to it. I thought this whole event, this whole saga is just monumental. And we even with these two fighters in it, you know, Tyson Fury and Deontay, you can't let Eddie Hearn, they're this, they try to, you know, build Joshua up and make these two look like they, nah, bro, they found each other. And they're going to create history. I'm telling you, 10 years from now, we're going to look back at all three of these fights and love all three, watching all three. Or if not four, I'm expecting four. I take that back. Loving all four. I'm expecting four. Because when Bomb Squad take the next one, of course, Fury going to want that get back to break the tie. All four of these fights are going to be historic all day. I'm going to get up out of here, man. My voice starting to go on me, man. I know we've been going a while. Yeah, I see we did it a little different on this episode right here, man. I'm trying to bring the old software back. Next episode, I'll be in front of the camera, man. I'm just trying to ease it in slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to, then, you know, I want the frame rates to start freezing and all that jazz. So I'm going to ease it back in slowly but surely. Next week, we'll get back in front of the camera. But I love this whole format like this over the StreamYard. We'll do the StreamYard thing, and if anybody ever want to get on or whatever, and, you know, we can chop it up, man, all day, man. La D says, hey, man, hey, Wilder never had to cheat to KO any of his opponents, including Fury. Now, that's something special. All day. How many have lined up against him, though, La D? How many? I mean, how many we got to count? Alexander Povetkin. How many of them juiced up to the, I mean, Luis Ortiz, this situation. I mean, it's bad. It's embarrassing. How so many. I think Dillian would have did it too. I have no reason to doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, so how many of them? We got proof. You got reason to say that because you got proof. They all juicing up for Bomb Squad. You feel me? I mean, I ain't never, how many heavyweights can y'all count in history that had to go up against so much shit? I guess it's the day's time. So I guess it's the 2020 heavyweights. Is that what it is? They all do it against Bomb Squad. That's crazy, fam. That's crazy. All day, man. Much love, man. I'm out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. We be back Wednesday. Boxing is coming back, man. So it's time for Main Man, Made Man to come back. Y'all already know what it is. We gonna pump out videos this week, man. We back on our We Talking Boxing-ish. You know what I'm saying? All day. Let me get back into the swing of things, y'all. I've been off for the last few weeks. Little rusty, you know what I'm saying? Little rusty, and my voice got to build back up. But we'll be back, man. Real shit, man. Thumbs up as you pull up. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in, man. Salute to everybody, man, that rock with the homie live, that rock on the playback. Salute to everybody in Main Man Made Man's boxing form, man. If you on Facebook, want to just cool out in the cool-ass boxing group, come hit me up, man. Main Man Made Man's boxing form. All of my gamers out there, you know what I'm saying, who want that work in Fight Night Champion. Holla at the boy. Gamer tag, Made Man 511. We could do Madden, 2K, Fight Night. I'm always on. I'm knocking Bammers out. Salute to my brother Renee Box Young in the building, fam. You know what I'm saying? Go check out Renee Box Young, man. All day. Much love to you all. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Stay safe and protect your families, man. Over here.